Morning everybody, it's Friday again. Now the weather's been very bad all week, so I decided to make an apple crumble today with a granola topping, and it's delicious with either a little bit of custard or a little bit of cream. So in my bowl I have 4 ounces of margarine and 4 ounces of plain flour, and all I did was just put them together like to make resemble breadcrumbs. So just give them a little rub. Now make sure that your margarine is nice and cold, because the secret to good pastry is having everything cold. To this I'm going to add a little water, not too much. You can always add in, but you can take out. Mix this until you get a kind of a dough-like consistency, and just another little drop of water there now into this. Okay, so the great thing about pastry is that when you have it made and you have a batch made, you can freeze it and it comes out absolutely perfect. So I have to go for the last little drop of water because that wasn't quite bound together enough for me. So now here we have the pastry, and it'll roll into a kind of a doughy ball for you. So I'll just remove that now and put a little bit of flour on your table, and then just mix it all together. So when you have that done, then put it in the fridge to just settle for maybe about half an hour or an hour, or as I said, if you felt like freezing it and taking it out and using the pastry, then it absolutely works perfectly. So I'm going to put that aside, and as they say, here's one I prepared earlier. So I'm just going to roll out this with a little bit of flour, and I used beautiful cooking apples that a friend of mine gave me from her apple tree. Usually I would just cut the apples and slice them from raw, but because I had so much apples left over, I decided that I'd stew them and then I would freeze them. Works out absolutely perfectly, and you have your apples ready to go. And sometimes in an apple crumble, it's actually better to have the apples already cooked, because it doesn't take that long to bake. So here I have my pastry on my plate, and don't forget, whatever dish or plate you're using, to put a little bit of margarine on it just to grease it. So into this I have my already cooked apple, so I'm just going to place a few spoons of this into my tart. Now that's actually more than enough, so I'll put that aside and just get it into the edges by just spread it out a little bit here. Okay, so a little bit of sugar to sweeten the apples, and then I will trim off my side. Try to be organized, but there's always something that you forget, and just by going around the edges take off the excess. Okay, now this can be reused again, so put it into your little bundle of pastry and you can use it for something else. Okay, so now for the topping. Okay, it's 2 ounces of plain flour, 2 ounces of cold margarine, again very same as what you did for the pastry, breadcrumb consistency. And then what I like to do is to add some of my favorite granola. As it is, now you can either make granola or you can buy it or whatever, but what it does is it gives a beautiful crunch to the top of the crumble. So I have this already mixed in with my flour and my margarine, and I'm just going to take it and sprinkle it over the top, and this is your crumb topping, as they say, and just right around the top. And then to finish it off, I just like to put another little handful of the granola crunch, just to make a nice looking finish on it. Now that is your apple crumble ready to go. Very simple, very fast. Into the oven now at 180 degrees for approximately 25 minutes. Just keep an eye on it because everybody's oven is different, and when it's golden brown, it's ready to take out. Serve it with a little bit of custard and you're good to go. Have a lovely Friday. Bye.